Audio exception detection will allow you to record depending on an increase or a decrease of audio. As you can see here, we're going to enable the sudden increase of sound intensity detection, meaning any rise in volume is going to start recording. You can adjust the sensitivity here. You can also adjust the threshold. The threshold is going to be the limit before, basically how high the audio has to get before it starts recording. And as you can see here, as we move the slider, the line right above the save button will go up to the very top at 100% and then down to the bottom as we go to 0%. So basically whenever you have your audio source coming through, if it doesn't cross that line, then it will not record. Of course, after you set that, be sure and save your changes. There's also a few other ones, such as sudden decrease of sound intensity. So if you have like a generator running or something similar, if it shuts down, then you'll have a sudden decrease in the audio, which your surveillance system would begin recording then. There's also a complete audio loss detection. This is a demonstration of the audio detection feature on our smart camera. And now we'll show you an example of it actually recording. As you can see here in IVMS, we got the sudden increase of sound intensity. Defocus detection will allow the camera or NVR to record whenever the camera becomes out of focus. Also, it will record if there's something placed too close to the lens. To begin, you enable it at the top and adjust the sensitivity. 50 is a good level to start with, and don't forget to save. Here we'll show you that once the camera is out of focus, IVMS will begin recording by an indication at the bottom. There's our defocus detection alarm. Here we'll enable face detection. Face detection will allow your camera or NVR to record if there's a face within the view. Now keep in mind, this is different than facial recognition. It cannot identify people, but it can identify any face within the scene. You can adjust the sensitivity here. Of course, the higher the number, the more sensitive it is, and the lower the number, the less sensitive it is. Usually the default settings on these are the best. You can go from 3 to 5. Is going to be extremely sensitive. You might get a few false triggers at 5. But as you can see here, we left it on 3. And don't forget to save your changes. Now we'll show you that it's recording whenever there's a face detected in the scene. As long as you have enabled dynamic analysis checked, you'll see a green box around the face as it's detected. And if you look at the bottom, it says face detection alarm. Here we'll be enabling intrusion detection. Be sure and click the enable box first. Intrusion detection allows you to draw 4 defined areas. And for the camera and NVR to record, a person or an object has to be in this area for an allotted amount of time. Next, what we'll do is draw the areas. As you can see here, we're drawing a box, and then we'll change the settings below the draw area button. The settings are threshold, sensitivity, and percentage. Threshold is the amount of time the person or object has to be standing within the area for it to trigger recording. Sensitivity is the size of the object. Percentage is the percentage of the box that has to be filled up before the camera or NVR starts to record. And simply adjust the sliders to your desired preference, and be sure and click Save. Next, what we'll do is show you an IVMS of the intrusion detection recording. As you can see, we have our predefined area, and towards the bottom of the screen you'll see the intrusion alarm just popped up. Here we'll be enabling line crossing detection. First you click the enable box, then click draw area, which allows a virtual line to be drawn anywhere on the view. For the camera or the NVR to record, something has to cross the line either from both A to B or B to A. Or you can do either direction, so someone goes from A to B, B to A. You can also adjust the sensitivity, even though 50 is a good starting point. And don't forget to click save to save your changes. Next, what we'll do is show you an IVMS that it's recording. As you can see at the bottom, there's been alarm detected of line crossing. Here we'll be enabling and showing the recording of object removal detection. First, click the enable box at the top. Next, what we'll do is draw the area that the object is in. This will be 4 connected lines. And once you have your area drawn, be sure and click the stop drawing button. Next, you can adjust the threshold and the sensitivity. The threshold is the time the object is missing. So for example, if it's set to 5, if the object is missing for 5 seconds, it will trigger the recording. The sensitivity is essentially the object size. When the sensitivity is high, a small object could trigger recording. Whenever you're done, click save. Here we'll show you that the NVR or camera is recording once the object is missing. And you can see that by the notification at the bottom of the screen. And there's the notification of object removal detection alarm. Here we'll show you region entrance detection. First, click the enable box at the top. Region entrance will record a person or an object entering a predefined area that you draw. You can draw up to 4 regions. First, what you want to do is click the draw area button. After you click that, you can draw on the camera's view up to 4 lines for a predefined region. Now that we have region number 1, be sure and click the stop drawing button and adjust the sensitivity to your desired level. Of course, 100% is more sensitive, whereas 1% is less sensitive. Once you're done adjusting the sensitivity, be sure and click the save button to save your settings. Next, what we'll do is show you an IVMS that the region entrance is recording by getting an alarm notification at the bottom. And here in just a second, you'll see a pop-up at the bottom that says region entrance detection. Here we'll be showing you region exiting detection. Region exiting detection will begin recording on the camera of the NVR when a person or an object passes through a predefined area. You can draw up to 4 areas. First, what you want to do is select the region number. In our example, we chose region 1. After that, click the draw area button and begin drawing your region. As you can see here, we use the doorway as an example. Once you have your region drawn, be sure and click the Stop Drawing button, and then adjust the sensitivity to your desired level. 50 is the default number, and it's a good starting point. Of course, 100 is the most sensitive, and 1 is the least sensitive. Once you have your sensitivity set, be sure and click Save to save your changes. Now we'll show you an example of IVMS triggering an alarm whenever region was exited. As you can see at the bottom, region exiting detection has triggered. Here we're going to show you scene change detection. Scene change detection will begin recording whenever the camera is moved or whenever the scene is changed. First click Enable, then adjust your sensitivity. 50 is a good starting point, it's the default. And once done, click the Save button at the bottom. Next, what we'll do is show you in IVMS that the scene change was detected by an alert at the bottom of the screen. And there's the alarm. Here it will show you how to set up unattended baggage detection. Unattended baggage detection will begin recording on the NVR or the camera whenever there's a bag or a backpack left in a specific area that you've defined. First, what you want to do is click the Enable box at the top and then select the region number. You can draw up to 4 regions. After you have your region number selected, click the Start Drawing button and begin drawing the area that you would like to check for unattended baggage. Once you have your area drawn, be sure and click the Stop Drawing button at the bottom. Next, you'll want to set the threshold and the sensitivity. The threshold is the time until that the baggage is there before the camera, the NVR triggers, so you can set it in amount of seconds. So if you set it at 5, the bag would have to be there for 5 seconds before the camera or the NVR starts triggering recording. The sensitivity is essentially the size of the object. So the higher sensitivity, a small object could trigger the recording. And once you're done, be sure and click the Save button to save your changes. Next, what we'll do is show you that this is recorded through IVMS via the alert at the bottom. And there's the bag, and there's our alert, unattended baggage detection alarm. Here we're going to show you the people counting feature. What this feature does is counts the amount of people that enter or leave an area or a room. First, click the Enable box at the top and click the top icon to draw the line. As you can see here, you can adjust the line to your desired area. As you can tell, the arrow's pointing right at this point. And if you click the icon there, you can adjust the line to the other direction. We also have an option called Enable OSD Overlay. What this is going to do is allow you to see on screen how many people enter and how many people leave. You can also disable the OSD overlay if needed. And we have an icon here to reset the counter. Once you're done configuring your line, it should be all set. And here we're giving it a test. As you can see, once we entered the room, it counted. And as we leave,